Thank you very much, guys. I'm joined here by Mithy. Congratulations on the 2-0. The very last play were amazing, stole the Elder Dragon. It set you off in huge laughter. Really enjoying it. Tell me about the series. It felt like G2 was in control the whole time, despite taking a little longer than usual to win.
I think Mysterious Monkeys had good early game focused drafts, and we struggled really hard to get out of them, especially on the first game. I think their bot lane played the best Red Kalista we have played against in a long time. So we were not really used to getting, yeah.
That's a lot of praise, actually, for Yuki in the bottom lane, one of the guys we've been looking at on the Mysterious Monkeys. You ended up winning. Let's step back and look at the first 5 weeks so far. 3 wins, 3 series losses. Obviously starting with the subs, starting with Trick and Expect going to Korea. Why is it G2 sucked for so long, and now you've picked up a clean win?
Well, maybe we still suck, but answering your question, I think we just needed time. We are a team that we like to figure out things and just play the standard meta, but we don't even know the standard meta, so we're just going in and not knowing what we're doing. And these other teams in EU LCS, they come in with styles, they know the meta, and they adapt it to their style. And we're just sitting there, we don't even know how they play because we forgot, or we just don't have the grasp of anything. And yeah, we just get stomped. But even then, even though we lost some games, we actually took a game of everyone we lost to. So yeah.
I'm being a little harsh. Saying you sucked isn't entirely fair. But expectations were much higher. At least from a broadcast team, we had anticipated week 3, week 4. You guys wouldn't have lost the series that you did. And it kind of feels like that baseline level for G2 has reset. Does it feel like you guys have to go even further back, before MSI, before Spring, before last split, in terms of how you relearn the game and relearn how to play with one another?
No, not at all. It's going to take a little bit more time. We have a lot of time. We have until playoffs, so we're not really worried. I mean, we already lost the first place, right? So it's not up to us anymore. We just have to do the best we can, just be as effective as we can. And even though these teams started practicing 2 months before us, basically, we will catch up to them and we will win against everyone.
I think that's the best thing to admit, is the time difference. Of course, playing in MSI, very difficult. One more question on EU LCS before I look towards Rift Rivals. Perks and Deficio had some pretty strong words on the analyst desk about how after Rift Rivals, Perks made a wager that G2 would not drop a single game. Number 1, do you think that's possible? And number 2, if it's true, where does G2 rank against the other EU squads?
Before this week, we have had 2 days off every week. We had just been taking things slowly and steadily because it's just the start of the LCS. And now for Rift Rivals and this week, we are basically having no break. So we're just going to, quote unquote, boot camp for 15 days. So after that, I'm hoping too that we come in strong. I don't know if we're going to do what Luca said, but I still think that we're going to be a much better version of G2. And I mean, I think stacking up against the other teams and losing some games is funny because it creates some hype and stuff. But at the end of the day, we're gonna go to playoffs and we're gonna win against everyone. So it's just gonna be sad for the other teams because they're gonna feel like they can win.
Oh, I love that. I love that, Mithy. We're gonna be quoting that later in the split, but you still didn't answer my question. Where does G2 rank with the other top tier EU LCS teams?
I'm gonna call Trashy and say we're not even top 4, and we will see.
Okay, so in one breath, you're going to beat them at some point, but you're not there yet. I've got 1 or 2 last questions about Rift Rivals. Next week, you'll be playing Team Solo Mid, Cloud9, and Phoenix 1. What sort of mindset is Mithy and G2 going into this tournament with?
Well, okay, so the tournament is in a new patch. It's best of ones, so it's most likely going to be a clown fiesta for every team. But I do think that Fnatic is going to stomp everyone, and there's going to be no hope for NALCS playing against Fnatic. If that's not the case, then we will be there and we will put up a good fight against everyone because we play a more standard game. So we will probably be able to match them in their style because they try to copy Koreans, so do we. But I will be surprised if the NALCS teams get more than 2 games against Unicorns and Fnatic.
Very exciting. We'll see how many games they take off you. Best of ones, G2, not a lot great history.
Yeah, that's tough.
Which of the 3 teams are you most excited to play against is my last question.
I've been playing TSM for a very long time in my career, so it's always funny to play them. yeah, I think it's always a fun experience to play TSM. And I'm also excited to play against Special because a very long time ago when I played against him in TSM, he destroyed me, and I learned a lot from him. I basically learned something that I actually pulled in this game, which was when I started playing, I only focused on winning my lane and like just doing the best I can, getting the biggest CS lead and everything. And even when I had good matchups. And this game we had a good matchup bot lane, and we knew what could happen in the game if we tried to play aggressive. So we decided to take a good matchup and make it equal and just farm. So that's something that I actually learned from Special in Season 3. And it's just things like that, you know, you learn from other players. So I'm just excited to play against him because I looked up to him for a long time.
Very excited. Grandpa Special versus Grandpa Mithy next week in Rift Rivals. We'll see if you can do EU proud. Congratulations on the win again, Mithy.